What are you doing? I'm holding Rune.
I'm holding Rune. Hey guys, welcome back. This is a special, absolutely special episode. Some of you may know Sarah J. Maas officially released on her website yesterday the prologue and the first chapter of A House of Flame and Shadow. And Rachel and I have read it, so we just wanted to impromptu jump on here, give a little thoughts. Rachel had some thoughts. I had some thoughts. I've been dying to talk about it, and she was so kind. We just recorded House of Sky and Breath, so we wanted to go ahead and jump on out and talk about what we thought. So, Rach, thoughts?
I thought it read like a fan fiction. It really felt like I have these two book series that I really love and I want to squish them together.
Yep.
And I'm going to do stuff like give somebody a magic bean and it'll make them speak the language.
So I didn't feel like that at all. Of course, I have spent a lot more energy. I think I've read ACOTAR 5 times. I've read Crescent City 6 times. So for me, this was like the first chapter. So let's just back up a little bit. So our prologue starts from Lydia's point of view. It is the Hind. We get to see that she sees all these mech suits. They have this new mech suit prototype. They are literally on the verge of war.
Yeah.
We see Baxian, Hunt, and Rune in the dungeons of the Asteri's castle, palace,
Getting
whatever.
ready to be tortured.
Getting ready to be tortured.
Yeah.
Rune looks at her. He will not respond to her. He doesn't know. I think it's because, my theory is he doesn't know how to do the double agent thing. So he's just, pushing her away.
Walling himself off
Because he doesn't know how to do it. But they are just, absolutely in for a ride. Baxian's not even conscious, but they are still being sassy as fuck. And Rune and Hunt's energy together is just they're bros.
Yeah.
They're trauma bonded now.
Yeah.
We get chapter 1. So Bryce, we come to Bryce. She's under the mountain. I think she's probably in the night court still. I don't think she's at the prison. I think she's probably under the mountain.
Yeah.
Where the castle is, right? Probably Kier's mountain.
Right.
She is sitting in a chair, not tied up, and in front of her is Rhysand, Amren, and Azriel, and oh my gosh, I just was so excited. And I totally hear where you're coming from with the fan fiction thing. I spent a lot of time going back through Silver Flames, all of the lore that we get in Silver Flames about the Daglin. So that is the big revelation, the reveal is that the Daglin are actually the Asteri. That is no surprise to me. I already thought that. I already knew that, right? So we've got this confirmation that the Wild Hunt, which is actually something that comes from mythology.
Yeah.
That the Wild Hunt was actually the Asteri running around Prythian. We know that Fionne, Fionne, is that Fionne? Fionne, who was Thea's husband. Thea leaves, falls in love with Adis. Peleus, there's this whole betrayal. Rhysand is like, we don't have these stories, and Amber's like,
we kind of do.
We kind of do. This isn't, we kind of do.
Yeah.
Rhysand talks into her head. Oh my God, it's the best. I cannot fucking wait to hear Elizabeth Evans do Rhysand's voice. I'm just like, oh my God, I cannot fucking wait. So Rhysand talks into Bryce's head, and he's like, hey there.
He's like, hey, can I look at your memories? And she's like, no. And he's like, sorry, I can't do it.
Yeah.
And she's like, what? I'm sorry. You're not going to just
steal my memories?
Do it? And he's like, no, you said no.
And Bryce is trying to figure out who these people are. She's never met decent Vaners. She's never met people this powerful. She says probably 4 times that Rhys and Rune are twins.
Yeah.
Literally refers to Rhysand, talks about how velvety
as
smooth,
twin.
Powerful his voice is. Azrael's just laughing at her like a smug little fucker.
Yeah.
Azrael.
Because she's like, spin, spin, spin. And he's like, all lies.
All lies.
Lies.
She's like, fuck, he can tell I'm lying.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm just going to spin the bullshit, spin the bullshit, spin the bullshit. And then, Amryn really confirms, she's like, this, like all of the things she's saying. And meanwhile, Bryce is asking questions. Bryce is coming from her like thank God she's got all this history. She's like, these intergalactic parasites who are feeding off our people are coming for you. Shows up just like Hulk in Infinity War and is like, the Asteria are coming for you. And then they use the not the Ouroboros.
The Veritas Orb.
The Veritas Orb, which the same one from Mist and Fury? Yes, Mist and Fury. She's like, okay. You guys seem all right. Let me tell you what's happening.
Let me really lay it out for you.
And then she puts on their TV the guns, the bombs, the guns, the
mech warriors.
The mech warriors, the robots. Yeah. And Reese they're blown the fuck away.
Yeah.
Blown the fuck away. They're like, this is the world you live in? Just like, and so I totally see where if you weren't as familiar with like all of these things that have been happening, why it would feel like somebody was like, okay, what would I do if they were all in the same room? This is the story I would write that I would put on AO3.
Yeah, because we check a lot of boxes off. Like immediately her starborn power is revealed because they give her the bean and it makes her glow. And she's like, God, I hope my back isn't glowing. Shit, my back is glowing.
Yeah.
And it's really just like, okay, if I had to put together a group of characters to interact, here's who I would pick. Right. And that's what it feels like.
Right. But it's really just Rhysand, the leader, his second, and then their spy master. I mean, that computes.
No, it makes sense.
The bean is such a good idea. It's like in Guardians of the Galaxy when they all have like a translator just connected. I love technology or anything that just takes away miscommunication.
Yeah.
And so she swallows this bean, whatever the spell in it, just lights her the fuck up, which alerts Azrael, and he's like, I'm going to fucking kill you if you don't tell us the truth right now. And that's where it ends.
Yeah.
But it was everything I wanted it to be. And Rhysand, so we learned that like right after Rhysand says hello, he grabs her and winnows her away.
Yeah.
Like he does not let her anywhere near Farah, anywhere near the family. And Azrael gets to be the star of the show.
Yeah.
So I don't think we're going to
Which will be nice.
Yeah, it will be nice because we've never really gotten any of his perspective before.
Right.
So, but yeah, I'm super... Oh, this is what I wanted to say, and this is what I've been really excited about saying. So, Lanthus is the creature character that was in the mountain, right? In the mountain prison in Silver Flames that Nesta kills.
Yeah.
Lanthus brags, and I went back and I read it, and where's my book? Because I went back into Silver Flames today after learning what we learned, just because the Fae were not the first masters of this world. According to our oldest legends, most now forgotten, we were created by beings who were near gods and monsters, the Daglin. So, we got all of this lore in the previous book. But the part this is what Lanthus said. I rode in the wild hunt before you were even a scrap of existence, witch from Urid. I summoned the hounds and the world cowered at their baying. I galloped at the head of the hunt and the Fae and the beast bowed before us. Nesta flipped Ataraxia in her hand, a movement she'd made taken to doing with the Illyrian blades, blah, 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 blah. Okay. But my whole point about that is that means that Lanthus was whatever creature the Asteria are.
Yeah.
Cassian caught him, put him in the prison. My biggest point now is that Lanthus is probably an Asteri, and Nesta killed him with Ataraxia.
Drank the magic of the land like wine.
Yeah. That was all in Silver Flames. So that already, to me, that's not a surprise. Like I already saw that coming. It was too on the nose.
Yeah.
It was too on the nose to not be the same thing. But Lanthus was an Asteri. Nesta killed Lanthus with her sword.
Urid, like Erd?
No, Urid is the bog.
Is it?
Yeah, it was the bog.
Doesn't mean it's not Erd.
Yeah, maybe. You're right.
I mean, that's
but
where
Erd
all
is
of
the cauldron.
No, it's the goddess. It's the, like, fate.
Yeah, which is the cauldron in this world.
Right.
So they're the same thing. Didn't you say it was a vat of power?
Well, she's a vat. Erd is a vat of life or whatever. That's how they describe her.
The cauldron. And Chthona and her tits are the mother.
Yeah.
They're all the same. We'll see. But yeah, Urid. Who knows?
I mean, why did the mask end up there?
Yeah, maybe. I don't know how Erd is spelled. Isn't it U-R-D?
U-R-D.
Heard. But yeah, Lanthus was, my whole point was Ataraxia killed Lanthus, which means cauldron-made weapons kill Asteri, which means the Star Sword, which was dipped in the cauldron, 3 of Nesta's swords. So we have weapons against the Asteri. That was my whole thing. I was just like, this is for real now.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This set the tone. I was really excited they released it because I have no qualms reading something they officially release.
It's like having a scenes from next week's all new episode.
Yeah.
Or whatever. It's just like when you used to do that, they'd be like, here's a clip from the upcoming book.
Yeah.
At the end of your previous book.
Yeah. It was so great. I'm so excited. So Rachel and Hannah can't come. She's got school the next day and we have options. But Hannah and I are going to a book release at 10.
Rachel and you.
What did I say? Hannah and I?
Hannah.
I meant Rachel.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. We're going to a
Are
midnight
you mad
book. No.
Are you mad at me?
No, not even
okay.
the slightest. We're going to a midnight book release, which sounds so exciting. Like I haven't been to I'm excited about this book. I literally want to get it at midnight.
In a long time?
In a really long time.
Is that how you feel?
Not really, but I want to go with you.
Oh, my friend. I love that so much. Thank you. So she said to dress up, but we don't have cosplay. So we're just going to wear all of our T-shirts. I'm just kidding.
All of them.
All of them.
Yeah.
And we're just going to.
Like a cape.
We're just going to take them off one at a time.
Make a safety pin them to myself.
Yeah, and take a TikTok of us taking our shirts off one at a time for all of our garb.
I think I have 3 too.
Yeah, I know you do. You have We Do Not Yield, that one, and then the Darkness one.
Yeah.
So you have 2 Akatars.
No, 2 Throne of Glass and 1 Akatar.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. And I have 2 Akatars. I have 2 Akatars and 1 Throne of Glass.
Yeah.
I need something from Crescent City. Oh, I ordered an Arcusian amulet, but it won't be here for a minute because it was from the Philippines, which happy to support, but I didn't realize I had to go that far. Anyways, well, thank you for joining us. Rachel, do you have anything else? Do you have any predictions based on this?
I kind of don't like to predict what might happen.
Yeah.
I don't. I know.
That, I think it's a, as you get older, you just realize there's no point in wasting the energy.
It just feels like spinning your wheels.
Yeah,
because it's not going to change what the author does.
Yeah.
And you're never going to be right.
You're never going to be right.
I don't think I've ever read a fan theory, unless it's a fan theory that you're like, oh, that's kind of interesting. Like a fan theory that doesn't matter. Like the fan theory that Ned Ryerson in the Groundhog's Day is actually the devil. And it's just funny because, like, it's not until he actually buys all of his insurance that he gets out of the cycle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So it's just a cool, like, oh, that'd be interesting.
Oh, wait, so is buying the insurance what triggers the end of the book, the movie?
It's not necessarily, but it kind of looks like that. So it's just a fun, like, what if?
Oh, yeah. That's more like headcanon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like headcanon. And I
like
will
a
like
funny theory versus like what's actually going to happen.
And I will like to read all of the books and then go back and look for the Easter eggs.
Right.
But I don't want to go look and be like, I think that's an Easter egg. And then like pin it on my cork wall. Like,
yeah. And tie it with a red string as you smoke a cigarette.
I'm not about that.
Yeah.
But
so
yeah.
I don't really do it when I'm first reading it. I let them come to me, and I have spent a lot of time looking at other people's theories. Some of them have come to me. In all honesty, I can't remember what were my own thoughts and what I saw someone else say.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to get too deep into like book talk or Bookstagram.
Like Fury being Thanatos' daughter, I did not come up with that. But I totally see that. That's too much. It's too close.
Yeah.
It's too close because if there's no coincidences with similar names, and then with this, that's straight up, she gave us those facts.
Yeah.
Lanthus said, I was of the Wild Hunt.
Yeah.
He doesn't know to call himself in this theory because that was something they called themselves when they got to Midgard.
Right.
Right? So I do think that the gods from Throne of Glass could be something like Asteri, and they might not all be like bad.
Right.
Or maybe the Volg. The Valg could be Asteri.
Yeah.
Or they could be of hell.
We'll find out.
We will find out.
Yeah.
Anyways, till next time.
Goodbye, friends.
Goodbye.
Is it hot in here or is it just me tuning in to hear these three chatting about fantasy novels of the spicy variety? Not your average book club, if you know what I mean. Are you happy to see us? Or is that